Now, they continue to push through. They take Paris, and it's really incredible to hear what that was like. Then you should definitely buy this book and read it. And here's how he closes it out. The final chapter is being written in the latter part of August 1944. It is being written under an apple tree in a lovely green orchard on the interior of France. It could well be that the European war will be over and done by the time you read this book. Or it might not. But the end is inevitable, and it cannot be put off for long. The German is beaten, and he knows it. It will seem odd when, at some given hour, the shooting stops, and everything suddenly changes again. It will be odd to drive down an unknown road without that little knot of fear in your stomach. Odd not to listen with animal-like alertness for the meaning of every distant sound. Odd not to have your spirit released from the perpetual weight that is compounded of fear and death and dirt and noise and anguish. The end of war will be a gigantic relief, but it cannot be a matter of hilarity for most of us. Somehow it would seem sacrilegious to sing and dance when the great day comes. There are so many who can never sing and dance again. Many, many thousands of Americans have come to join the ones who have already slept in France for a quarter of a century. For some of us, the war has already gone on too long. Our feelings have been wrung and drained. They cringe from the effort of coming alive again. Even the approach of the end seems to have brought little inner elation. It has only brought a tired sense of relief. I do not pretend that my own feeling is the spirit of our armies. If it were, we probably would not have the power to win. Most men are stronger. Our soldiers still can hate or glorify or be glad with true emotion. For them, death has a pang and victory a sweet scent. But for me, war has become a fiat. Black depression without highlights, a revulsion of the mind and an exhaustion of the spirit. The war in France has been especially vicious because it was one of the enemy's last stands. We have won because of many things. We have won partly because the enemy was weakened from our other battles. The war in France is our grand finale, but the victory here is the result of all other victories that went before. It is a result of Russia and the Western Desert and the bombings and the blocking of the sea. It is a result of Tunisia and Sicily and Italy. We must never forget or belittle those campaigns. We have won because we have had magnificent top leadership at home and in our allies and with ourselves overseas. Surely America made its two perfect choices in General Eisenhower and General Bradley. They are great men, to me doubly great because they are direct and kind. We won because we are audacious. One could not help but be moved by the colossus of our invasion. It was a bold and mighty thing, one of the epics of all history. In the emergency of war, our nation's powers are unbelievable. The strength we have spread around the world is appalling even to those who make up the individual cells of that strength. I am sure that in the past 2 years, I have heard soldiers say 1,000 times, if only we could have created all this energy for something good. But we rise above our normal powers only in times of destruction. We have won this war because our men are brave. and because of many other things, because of Russia and England and the passage of time and the gifts of nature's materials. We did not win it because destiny created us better than all other peoples. I hope that in victory we are more grateful than we are proud. I hope we can rejoice in victory, but humbly. The dead men would not want us to gloat. The end of one war is a great fetter broken from around our lives. But there is still another to be broken. The Pacific War may yet be long and bloody. Nobody can foresee, but it would be disastrous to approach it with easy hopes. Our next few months at home will be torn between the new spiritual freedom of half peace and the old grinding blur of half war. It will be a confusing period for us. Thousands of men will be returning to you soon. They have been gone a long time, and they have seen and done things and felt things you cannot know. They will be changed. They will have to learn how to adjust themselves to peace. Last night we had a violent electrical storm around our countryside. The storm was half over before we realized that the flashes and the crashings around us were not artillery, but plain old-fashioned thunder and lightning. It will be odd to hear only thunder again. You must remember that such little things as that are in our souls and will take time. And all of us together will have to learn how to reassemble our broken world into a pattern so firm and so fair that another great war cannot soon be possible. To tell the simple truth, most of us over in France don't pretend to know the right answer. Submersion in war does not necessarily qualify a man to be the master of peace. All we can do is fumble and try once more, try out of the memory of our anguish, and be as tolerant with each other as we can.